Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another client tutorial. You guys really seem to like those, so I want to film another one for you all. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking some Neutrogena Hydro Boost makeup wipes and I'm just wiping her skin to make sure that her skin is completely clean of all oils or impurities. Then I'm taking some Duo lash glue and I'm just brushing that into her hair. That way her hair can be nice and slicked back for the brows. And here I'm taking my Juvia's Place concealer and I mix it with a little bit of Beautiful Bronze by Ellie Girl just to make sure it got, closer to her skin tone. I realized that when you use some concealer that's close to the skin tone, it blends so much easier when doing the brows. So I'm just adding that concealer under the brow first to create that shape, and then I'm going to use a fluffy brush just to blend it out and make sure everything is seamless. If you can see, everything is blending right in already, guys. Like, this is so satisfying to me. So now I'm taking one of my favorite brow pencils, and this is the Benefit brow pencil in the color Neutral Deep Brown, I believe, or Neutral Warm Brown, and I'm just going ahead and creating a tail for her brows because she pretty much has really full brows. So I didn't want to go too heavy because I want the brows to be kind of soft even though they're already thick. So now I'm going in with some concealer, and this is in the color Fawn, just for her eyelids as a primer for the eyeshadow today. The eyeshadow pigments that I will be using are from my line, Queens of Vanity. They are neon pigments, and I will be using the orange color. And I'll also be using the Juvia's Place Festival palette that has the orange and reds in it as well. So I'm first starting out with that yellowish kind of color. It's like a mustard yellow, which is perfect because it's in between like an orange and it's not too yellow, because I'm not trying to give her eye like a sunset kind of eye. I want it to be a very bold orange look. So we just want a very subtle transition that won't overpower the orange, if that makes sense. So you guys, this eye look is going to be really easy. It's really all about how you blend everything out. As you can see, I'm kind of pressing the pigment into the base that we put down instead of using swiping motions because my pigments are extremely pigmented. So like if you use swiping motions, it may move or pick up the product that you already put on your eyelid. And then so now you can see that I'm kind of just blending out that edge, and I did mix the orange shade in the Juvia's Place Festival palette along with my pigment in order to get the edges blended. And I'm just using circular motions and being sure not to cover up that first transition color we used because we want it to be a nice gradient effect, which is why we chose the mustard yellow instead of a really bright yellow, because a bright yellow would stand out way too much. So now what I'm doing is I'm just wiping off the excess powder, and I'm going ahead and I'm going to start to prep her skin. I'm just spraying her skin with some rose water by Mario Badescu, and then I'm using some Genifique eye cream to put right under the eye, just to make sure her eyes are nice and moisturized because some powder did fall out right there, so you want to make sure you're putting the moisture back into the skin. And I'm just using a brush to blend it out. Then I'm going to use some Cetaphil moisturizer mixed with my MAC Natural Radiance primer, and I'm just going to wipe that all over the face using this flat brush, and I'm just going to keep blending until everything is blended into the skin. So as y'all can see, I'm kind of multitasking because I'm doing a reel for Instagram. I've been loving these ever since TikTok has been canceled because of their shadiness to the Black Lives Matter movement. But yeah, so the foundation that I'm applying today is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation, and I can't remember the actual name for the foundation color, but I'll leave it down in the description box below, along with a list of all of the other items that I used today on her face. So the concealer I'm using to brighten up her eyes is the I Am Magic concealer, and I believe it's in the color 16. But I would check the description box below because that will have all of the items and everything that I use in the colors. And I just like to put that kind of in all of the places where the light would hit her face, especially since the foundation is pretty dark. So I'm going to use this concealer to balance everything out and to give her contour more of a natural blended look. So after the concealer is blended, I just go ahead and go in with my Beauty Bakery powder, and this is in I believe the color Plantain, and I mixed it with a little bit of Airspun. I did that because the concealer was super yellow and her skin is a little neutral, so I didn't want the yellow to overpower everything and kind of look like her skin wasn't blended together. So to blend everything and make sure I don't have any flashback for her, I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder, and I'm just using that to kind of pick up the excess baking powder that we put down. And this is a good trick if you want to use a really cheap powder but you are scared of flashback. And because this is a mineral powder, it is a little heavy, especially because it's a pressed powder. So you want to make sure you're going in really lightly with this powder. You don't want to give your client cake face because cake face is not fun. So now I'm going ahead and I'm bronzing up her skin and giving her skin a little more shape. And I'm using the Makeup Revolution bronzer in the color medium. And this is one of their glow bronzers. It's super red, so it gives you a bronze look while also contouring. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all over her skin, and then I'm using a Juvia's Place blush palette to give her a nice flush tone to her face, because I want this look to be very dramatic and very bold because she has beautiful features, so we want each feature to stand out as much as possible. So I unfortunately skipped this part because my camera died, so I had to charge it up just a little bit, but I did put some purple glitter under her eyelids, under the lash line, so that this look could have a little more of a pop. And I just really like how the purple and orange have like a nice contrast to it. It just looks really nice. So now I'm adding some gold highlighter all over her skin. Again, you guys, I want this look to be very dramatic, very bold. I want her features to stand out. So I'm highlighting her nose, her cheekbones, her cupid's bow, and her chin. And to save time, you guys, I did end up doing the lip color off camera. But again, everything will be left down in the description box below. Every single item that I used on her face from beginning to end. So yeah, here's the final look. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this client tutorial and you got some tips today. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.